Today I'm going to speak to you about accountability for my class at Concordia University Irvine, MCA 530. While researching accountability, I found two definitions online. First was in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. In it, it said accountability is an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. In the business dictionary, accountability was defined as the obligation of an individual or organization to account for its activities, accept responsibility for them, and to disclose the results in a transparent manner. Both definitions fit well for coaching and for businesses. Why is accountability important? Most of those who compromise do so because of the absence of three things: faith, commitment, and accountability. In the Bible, in 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20, it says, "Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price, so glorify God in your body." As a Christian, we need to glorify God in our body through our actions and through our words and with the kids that we work with every day. Accountability encompasses many things. It encompasses obedience, morality, responsibility, integrity, and loyalty. If you do these things, you will show that you are accountable to others. Why should we teach accountability to our athletes? I believe there are three reasons. Number one, it allows your athletes to grow and develop in a way that will help your team and mature and progress. Players must hold one another accountable, and coaches must hold players accountable for their actions. Secondly, holding others accountable helps everyone to reach their desired goals. And finally, teaching athletes the importance of accountability will serve them well in their marriage and in the career path they choose to follow. One book I've enjoyed reading while growing up is John Wooden's book, Wooden. In his book, his father, Joshua Wooden, speaks about 7 things to do. Number 1, he says, be true to yourself. He says to drink deeply from good books, especially the Bible. Pray for guidance and give thanks for your blessings every day. Help others. Make friendship a fine art. Make each day your masterpiece, and build shelter against a rainy day. These 7 things are all things that any of us can use in our lives. We need to use these things to be accountable to our families and to the people that we work with every day. One poem that was shared with John Wooden as he was young from his father. In the poem it said, "I am not what I ought to be, not what I want to be, not what I'm going to be, but I am thankful that I am better than I used to be." Every one of us should want to be better than we were the day before. That's why accountability is important, not only for us, but for those that we work with every day. One of my favorite athletes of the 21st century is Tim Tebow. He talks about the importance of having an accountability partner. He says it's a constant battle, it's nonstop. That's why it's always good to have people around you who hold you accountable. I believe that Tim has done an excellent job of showing other Christians what it looks like to be accountable in their lives. One of my favorite teams growing up was the Seattle Supersonics. In 1979, they won the World Championship under Lenny Wilkens. Lenny was a great coach, and he mentored many young men. He also coached the Olympic team early on when the teams were made up of some of the greatest players to ever play the game. Lenny learned at an early age that being accountable is not only important for the people that you coach, but it's also important for you to be accountable to yourself and to push yourself to achieve great things by holding yourself accountable each and every day. During my time in CEA 530, one of my favorite books has been by Bruce Brown, Teaching Character Through Sport. In his book, he teaches that responsibility and accountability for the actions that you do are most important. The athlete has come to the realization that work and practice are the surest ways to improve. One of my favorite coaches is Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz talks about accountability. When he talks about accountability in his video that I am sharing with you today, he talks about don't let your teammates down, and it's important to do the right thing. While reading the Leadership Challenge, James Coos and Barry Posner do a great job defining what accountability is. They say when people take personal responsibility and are held accountable for their actions, their colleagues are much more inclined to want to work with them and are more motivated to cooperate in general. Individual accountability is a critical element of every collaborative effort. Everyone has to do his or her part for a group to function effectively. The Reverend Billy Graham is one of my favorite people. He's led many people to Christ. One thing that he stressed with every person that he has come into contact with, he says, "But those who chose to reject God during their lifetime on earth will be separated from him for eternity. This is not God's desire, but man's own choice. God holds every man accountable for his rejection of Christ." As a Christian, we need to make sure that we lead others to Christ and realize that we are accountable to him one day. Many people who lack accountability blame others. They say it's not me, it's their fault, it's his fault, it's her fault. Blaming others does not solve anything. If you're in a corporation or a team, you must hold each other accountable in everything that you do. Six steps to accountability. Number 1, self-honesty. Number 2, value others. Number 3, keep records. Number 4, take responsibility. Number 5, do the right thing. And number 6, act promptly with care. If you do these things, you and your team or your business will be successful. Another important part of accountability is having people who are accountable in your organization. 10 qualities of accountable people. Number 1, answer emails and requests. Number 2, do what you promise. Number 3, take responsibility for your actions. Number 4, proactively solve problems. Number 5, don't blame or make excuses. Number 6, always be ethical. Number 7, be honest and transparent. Number 8, demonstrate outcomes. Number 9, review and evaluate to improve. And number 10, show humility and apologize. All these are great traits for people who want to be accountable to others. In conclusion, there are three things that I'd like to share with you from what I learned about accountability. Greater things can be accomplished when everyone understands the importance of accountability. Families, churches, teams, businesses, and individuals. Number two, others are more inclined and motivated to cooperate for the greater good of the cause. And number three, accountability teaches the importance of hard work and dedication. A person who is accountable will take the initiative to persevere in difficult times. One of the hardest things to do is to persevere in hard times. When you are accountable to others, though, this is something that we have to take into consideration into becoming the best that we can be. Accountability is important in your families, in your home, the teams you work with, and the people that you work with every day. Thank you for watching my video today. I appreciate everything that I've learned in MCA 530.